Good to see you, buddy.
Great to see you. It's very exciting. We don't actually see each other in the building very often.
No. And usually it's like just a wave from the other side of the newsroom. You do sit by Justin Lum, though.
I do. Yes.
Yeah,
Justin, good
it's been
morning.
that way for a while, huh? It's been years.
We basically once a week have a nice little hey, how's it like being a dad? And we both share a quick story, and then we're on our ways.
Do you offer fatherly advice to one another? Sometimes?
I don't know if it's advice. It's just good sort of, you can relate to things.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. It changes perspective on life, for sure.
Does.
And I think it makes covering stories like the Vallow trial, I think, very challenging. Like as a mother, I think it changes your perspective on things. I'm guessing as a father, it's very similar.
Everything's real.
Yes.
Everything's real. You, especially anytime there's a story where kids are the same ages as my kids, I'm immediately, I put my kids in that thought of this, how horrible, right? And it sits with you in a way that it never did when I was a 24-year-old reporter.
Yeah, I've always said that being a father, being a husband, I mean, that automatically helps you become a better journalist. I mean, it's not a requirement at all. Everyone has different lives and backgrounds and lifestyles, but I think it's definitely been a positive for me in such cases. So
yeah, Bobby Jo Keefe, she says, hello, Steve.
Hey.
Hello, Justin. Hello, everyone. Good morning. And good morning to Mr. Pavoline. RLS Vids, good morning to you as well. And Sherry Nevada Pup. We're so glad that so many of you are watching this morning as well. If you're new to the feed, let us know where you're watching from. We get viewers from all over the world, in fact. But the title of Lori Vallow Daybell, anytime there is something with this case, people are very connected to this for a lot of reasons. But we have sentencing taking place this Friday.
yeah, we're just days away from what will be Lori Vallow Daybell's final sentencing. It's pretty crazy to think that 6 years ago at this time, she had just conspired with her brother to kill her husband, Charles Vallow, at the time. And she was trying to get the life insurance money, $1 million, as a beneficiary, but had found out the news that he had changed his beneficiary to his sister. And so that led to a series of tragic events, to murders of her children in Idaho, and then the shooting at her ex-nephew-in-law, Brandon Boudreaux. He survived. He's gotten justice recently. And so this sentencing will be for both murder conspiracy convictions, 25 to life. That could be the range. And then she goes back to Idaho within 30 days. Now, we already know she's serving life, but I think for the victims, for the family members, they want to see this conclude officially.
Justice is so important in all of these things. So this is it?
This is it.
Could there be an appeal after this, or is it pretty much locked in?
Sure. She's already requested a new trial, but that hasn't been decided on. She's already said that the judge has treated her unfairly through this process, as she was pro se representing herself, and that was, interesting in itself. I think we got a lot of viewers just alone on seeing, watching how she represented herself as her own attorney, having no experience at all in defending herself, or really presenting no defense. She never testified, but how she did cross-examination with witnesses, specifically witnesses who are her own family members and former family members. I think that was the fascinating part. But this is it, and we'll see what happens on Friday morning.
Wow. The end of, just an era of your reporting here that we've seen. I know it won't stop, though. I'm sure there will continue to be updates, especially as there's an appeals process and all of that. But you have gained so much knowledge covering this case. I think everyone in our building has come by at some point to pick your brain on something, try to learn more about it. You're absolutely the expert on this.
Yeah.
What happens for you after we stop talking about this, or it starts to kind of?
Do you get a good vacation? What's happening?
I have one planned in late August, and it's my wife's birthday.
You didn't sound excited when you said that. You're like, I got to go on vacation.
Yeah, I finally have to take a real vacation. And I think that's been the tough part. Like, the reality is with this case, there were times where I was on vacation. I was off when I started as a weekend reporter, and I was off Mondays and Tuesdays, and I was working because I couldn't stop. I couldn't ignore developments or sources or things like that. And I think that's what helped, set our coverage apart and advance it. And you just you end up feeling obligated to every update because there are people that are waiting for those updates.
Yeah.
Those are the things that make you an incredible reporter.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And a deeply unhealthy person.
Yeah. And that's where the parenting has come in, where I finally gotten some of that balance. But there are times where okay, I've got to, post this, or I've got to, check this court filing. But that is a good question. Back to that, what do I do after this? I mean, that's been the challenge. I've been juggling so many other reports during this time. So it's good to finally see the end of it. How many reporters get to cover a story all the way through that several years? Some are changing markets within 2 years. So I've been very blessed to stick with it and have the support. So it's good to see it through.
I think it's also the fact that, and Steve and I know when we, as reporters, and when you find something, you also have taken the initiative, though, we have to mention. There's a lot of stories out there that could really use a follow-up, but, in the day-to-day of things, sometimes it's challenging. So you've kind of taken initiative also, to really kind of follow up. And on those days when you had off and you decided to work, you put in the extra effort. So you've really done an amazing job on this case.
Thank you. And our boss, Steve, has told me times, you got to chill. Take a break.
That's not me, by the way. That's the other Steve, boss man Steve.
Our news director has heard plenty of my story pitches and follow-ups on this, where it was just becoming crazier and crazier. But, he listened. Our team was very supportive, and here we are now. So, and I think number one, the victims, Charles Vallow, Brandon Boudreaux, they get their justice. Their family members are able to speak and give their victim impact statements, and then we will see the big question is, what will Lori have to say? Will she give an allocution like she did in Idaho, where our minds were blown hearing the bombshell information that was really just false coming from her mouth, saying that no murders happened, and that her children were happy in heaven, and Tammy Daybell was happy, and nothing happened, and she totally denied everything.
So we have a question in the chat. Shelly Vidal, I hope I pronounced your last name correctly, but any questions out there, please throw them into the chat. She says she lives in Arizona now, but she's from Idaho. She asked, do you think that she also killed her brother? In some of the evidence, you've sat in on a lot of these court cases. What are your thoughts?
It is strange. Her brother died of natural causes, according to the medical examiner's report, but he died the day after Chad Daybell. Chad Daybell was Lori's husband and co-conspirator, after Chad Daybell's first wife, after her body was exhumed by authorities in Utah. So that is just, that is crazy to think that the day that authorities said, we've got to dig up her body and investigate her death because there was no autopsy done, the next day, Alex Cox, Lori's brother, just drops dead. But I can't speculate into how Lori was involved. She wasn't at the scene. He died in Gilbert at his wife's home. We had just been married to for a couple of weeks, and that was set up and arranged, I guess, through the friendships between Lori and Chad. So you had this sort of small inner circle that led to these crazy events. I don't think we'll ever have the answer on that.
No, and counterpoint to all of that is the fact that this is an extremely emotional time, too. And when emotions are at level 10, our bodies sometimes shut down on us, too. So,
and this is a co-conspirator that is, prosecutors say he's the one who put hands on J.J. Vallow, Tylee Ryan, and conspired with Chad and Lori to kill his first wife. He's involved in all these murders, the shooting of Charles Vallow, the shooting attempt at Brandon Boudreaux, and out of everyone who's been, murdered for no reason, this one dies of natural causes, and he would have easily been charged if he was still alive in this case.
And a lot of times when we've chatted, it was the what stuck out to you about this case in terms of it's wildly interesting to so many different people because it includes family and religion and this crazy web of different things that have taken place. When you think about kind of looking on into the future now that we wrap up with sentencing taking place on Friday, is a book in the future? Have you thought?
Me?
Yeah. Drum roll, please.
I don't even know if I have the brain capacity to write a book. I don't know if I'd be able to do that. do I have the knowledge and the sources and stories? Yeah, I've thought about it, and I've talked to John Hook, our anchor here, about how his experience was, and he was telling me how he was raising his kids at the time they were younger, and he was working full time, and just, I don't know, maybe maybe a podcast. That's what we're doing.
Hey, that's
Yeah, there
right.
you go.
Forget the book. I don't know.
Well,
but
because
thanks for asking.
I think a lot of people still have so many different questions, and sometimes I think they just want. You just want to learn more, and I think because it's hard for us to even understand how something like this could happen.
But also the relatability that what if that was your family member? I mean, this was just like a stay-at-home mom living in Chandler and Gilbert and just like living the life and fairly like upper middle class and raising her kids, and everyone said she was the all-American mom, but she was deeply religious, and then that went down to a rabbit hole where how do you call your kids zombies and dark spirits, and how do you use religious scriptures to justify what you're about to do, which is basically murder them, have them put in the ground, and then not cooperate with authorities. And then there's the life insurance money involved in that, financial motivation. And many people ask, if you weren't happy in your marriage and you wanted to be with this man, this so-called prophet, why couldn't you get a divorce? These are really everyday conversations and things that are normal in our society, but turned into this extreme, terrible thing with the deaths of a handful of people. It's just, so I think that's the fascination. How did this happen?
Like an all-American family. Charles David, who's one of our chatters in the feed, thank you, Charles, for sharing your thoughts earlier. He said it's so crazy that this happened right next to us. So it must have happened, near in his neighborhood or nearby.
It started here in the East Valley, and now it's come full circle. She lived in Idaho for a short time. This is where she was for a good portion of her motherhood. So there's always an Arizona connection.
All right.
Fascinating.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it really is. And
story.
we appreciated your coverage throughout all of it. It's been great to sit next to you and hear all about it. But what I love is hearing what you just said. You can tell there's still some emotions there. I mean, you've talked about this every day for 6 years. Yeah. You still have emotions when you talk about those kids.
I do. And you remember when we were just starting to cover this, I think you had just gotten here. This is in the pandemic, maybe before we had to leave the station, but we had the pictures and the who's who on the wall and the documents. And
like the movies.
Yeah,
it's literally like the movies.
But we had to organize our thoughts, and it was a way for us to really like focus in and say, okay, we're not going to leave this alone for a while. We're going to set up shop, and we're going to keep on digging. So it is cool to see like everyone who's been here since that time, that we can see it through Friday. Like we should take pride in it as a newsroom that we've been able to do this. Because it doesn't happen. So it's sort of generational. So I take pride in it.
All right, buddy. We'll have you on again this week, I'm sure. And then obviously cover what happens on Friday. But thank you for all your work, and thanks for joining us.
On the Record streams tonight at 8 p.m.
Oh, great.
YouTube.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
people. But it was like no big deal.
Oh, that's so amazing.
I love it. No, I'm jealous.
It was awesome. I think that's cool. You see it.
I won't go every day, but
Welcome back, everyone. 10:15 this morning on your Monday. We hope you had a great weekend. This is the mystery cam. I forgot to throw that out there, but here is your mystery camera for you this morning. We're going to give you a couple of minutes to kind of figure out, hey, give us a guess in the chat box where you think this is. Chris Watchus, I believe that is. Mike R. Jens Wall, good morning to you. Bobby Joe Keefe, good morning. Sylvia, is it Mentes? She says, hi, Chris. So y'all are saying hi to one another, and we also have this morning this guy. We've got Andy Mack.
Whoa!
Whoa! Back from Disney, and you survived.
guys. Oh, well, I'm glad to be following the soon-to-be best-selling author Justin.
Yes, right.
That's a tough.
He's
follow-up.
going to cover Lori Vallow Daybell. You're going to cover how to tackle Disney like an adult.
Yes, that's what you got to do. It's a game plan. You got to have some strategy. You got a blueprint. You got to have a list.
When we came back, our mics there were like still going.
Yeah.
As we were just in conversation. We're like, yeah, when you're in Disney, you got to do this, you got to do that.
Yeah, I'm going to throw this up the mystery cam while we're chatting about this. But we were just talking about the fact that are you a Disney adult?
Yeah. I am not a Disney adult as one would classify Disney adult, but I am a fan.
How would you classify Disney adult?
What is a Disney adult?
I would not go every single day, and some people enjoy it without kids.
Mm-hmm.
There's a different vibe, but
Do you have custom mouse ears with your name on it?
I don't have the ears. I'm not a big ears guy. My wife, my
Hold on,
kid
let's
are
see.
ears.
Okay, hold on one second. Let's see. Oh, there's Dave. Dave, hi, Big Dave.
There's a Disney adult.
Dave, are you a Disney adult?
My family, we're pretty healthy addicts to.
Are you
to
really?
Disney. We go every year.
Do you have the mouse ears customized?
My daughter has them.
There you
and
go.
My son has some Mickey Mouse ears.
That's the first step.
You gotta love it.
Yeah. Okay, so and Andy, you were
First
saying
step in the 12-step process is admitting you're one of them.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, this is so great.
But
okay.
respect. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Let's get what are your thoughts on the mystery camera? Let's knock this
got
out real
thoughts.
quick. Okay.
Like we were just talking about Disney. I think Steve is kind of in the same mindset. I believe.
Yes.
I believe this is almost too easy for this guy, Steve.
Really?
Clear skyline here, right? So we see the
but
skyline.
also-
It's a big city.
Looks a little smoggy, doesn't
Smoggy,
it?
oh.
A
Are you gonna go
smoggy
Los Angeles?
skyline. And you see the palm trees there
need to
too. So we know it's West Coast.
I think we got to get him a little bit more specific on
Wow.
exactly what interchange this is, because this is too easy for Steve.
Okay, so I'm going Los Angeles. Can I throw out a wild card guess here?
Yes.
If we need to get specific on it,
yes.
I believe this is closer to the ocean, facing inland.
Okay.
I believe that. So this is west of downtown.
This is like Santa Monica.
So I was gonna say Santa Monica, but the house doesn't. The streets don't quite line up. Can I throw out another
UCLA?
one?
You think it's like
El Segundo.
Oh,
go.
wow. Okay.
I
El
could be
Segundo.
wrong, but
we do have
UCLA is a good answer.
like you know how sometimes they have cameras on the universities.
That's true.
Maybe it's facing towards LA, but it's a downtown area. We have Oakland, California from Incisive. Melinda says Phoenix ? Shaylin Nelson says LA. We do have an Oregon here from Beak in Forever. And Scottsdale Coyote says it's called the Magic Kingdom for a reason, gentlemen.
That's right.
It is.
That's right.
It's magical.
Well said.
It is magical.
It's not San Diego, right? San Diego skyline's not that
No.
big. I can't quite make out the skyscraper specifically,
Yes.
so that makes it the only challenge there.
And Linda Montert says, hey, Andy.
Hello.
And Steve's getting lots of cheers, too, this morning. So we got...
All right.
All right, so what are you going to go with?
I'm going Santa
Andy Mack?
I'm going Santa Monica.
Santa Monica.
This is what I'm
So we're all going LA area.
Yeah.
I'll
So
go...
we're all going to the west of downtown.
Yes.
No one's going from the east side of
No, I
downtown.
don't.
No.
This is not.
Yeah.
Yeah, West Side.
This isn't like a Pasadena look at it or anything.
No, West Side. We're going West Side.
That's what she is.
You know what I mean?
No comment necessary.
comment.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Would you like to do the honors,
Oh,
Steve?
yes.
I don't know if this paper's going to be as specific,
Okay.
but.
Let's say. Colorado. Oh, wait, turn it around.
Oh.
Look at that.
What is it? I
Santa
can't see.
Monica.
Santa Monica. Well
what a
done,
day.
man.
Wow.
Wow.
My goodness.
You are very good at these.
Say, as the kids say, I am cooking.
You are cooking.
Yep.
Yeah, you're cooking. Or you're fire.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's another one. That's
You ate
another
no
one.
crumbs.
That's right.
Ain't no crumbs. Please explain.
Maybe I should move the last two mystery cams, all Cali. Feels like that's a vibe.
Yeah, I think it's a vibe there.
I think it's a vibe.
This show is a vibe. Did you gentlemen know that? This show is a vibe.
I agree.
Right, Big D, right?
Yeah, yes, this show is a vibe.
And it's off the rails, ladies and gentlemen.
We've lost the thread.
Okay, we're moving on to this story. Did you guys hear about what happened to Ketel Marte?
Oh my gosh.
Awful.
Right?
Awful. He's had such a horrible stretch recently of personal life. I mean, incredible athletic stretch, but yeah.
So he goes away to this. There was the All-Star game.
Yep. Mm-hmm. In Atlanta.
Yeah, and his home's burglarized while he's there. Mm-hmm. It's like it's crazy.
Yeah, this is the string of multiple athletes that have had this. So this Ketel Marte, obviously $400,000 worth of personal goods.
$400,000.
Yeah,
that's a huge number.
Yeah,
huge.
It is a huge number, but he's also making millions of dollars. I mean, Joe Burrow. It was literally in the Netflix documentary. He went off to a game. Everyone knows he's playing a football game in not the location. You're not at home. So someone goes into his house and burglarizes, steals all of this money, breaks in. They have all these security systems. They get through them or whatnot. Or
they just don't care.
Yeah.
And I think the All-Star Game is an interesting time to do it because it's not just the player that's going to be at the game.
Right.
Likely it's the family that's going to travel to the All-Star Game too. So you have your best shot of it being empty there, I guess. What do you do as an athlete in this situation? Do you say, family, sorry, you can't come? I'm afraid someone's going to break into our house?
I think you say we're going to get a house sitter. I will,
bear traps. She's going to put a bear trap outside of the house. Tell if you need a bear trap, we know where to find it. I know where
to find a bear trap. Actually, you can borrow mine. But yeah, it's crazy and it's just heartbreaking. But he did finally share a little bit. There was on kind of like his frustration. He says high-end jewelry was taken. He also says he's grateful though for all the support. You know, he's gone through a rough stretch. You mentioned it, Steve. The situation where that fan yelled something out at him. It was about it was about his mom.
Yeah.
She had passed from cancer, I think. Or she was sick.
I thought it was a car
accident. Yeah, but she had passed recently. And then obviously this situation. Let's go ahead and take a listen to this case. Let me go ahead and go here. All right, take a listen here.
The support from his teammates by Hazen and the rest of the staff, it's key in the whole situation. He feel like they got his back into the whole situation.
It's so unfortunate because he is like a fan favorite. He's so good to fans. He took a few days off, should be back on the field, of course, very soon. No arrests have been made on the burglary. But you think maybe there's got to be, maybe he has cameras or a neighbor has cameras or there's some, we have something to look for.
That's in the Scottsdale area, so there's got to be something.
There's got to be something on that. But regardless, whether you get it all back, any of that, it's that sense of this is your house that you've been invaded upon. I mean, it's awful. That look he gave at the end of that soundbite, that was his translator talking there.
Yeah.
I thought that was such a telling look. He kind of just looked off with those emotional eyes in the corner.
Yeah.
I think it's really easy for athletes that do this every day to talk about the sport, to talk about what they're doing like that. It is different when they have to go into their personal life, talk about their family, talk about their home. That's a whole different. Usually they've got their guards up around that. They're not asked about those things. And now he's had to do that twice in the last month. He's had to talk about these things. That's hard.
Yeah, it's really tough. And these aren't criminal masterminds that are going around doing these things.
No.
With Joe Burrow, they had a Cincinnati Bengals hat when they were pulled over. So
what a knucklehead.
It's just people that are just like trying to take advantage of the situation.
They may not even known that it was potentially, maybe they just saw nobody was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sad.
I think we need a neighborhood watch program in that part of town.
You want to hire Kevin McAllister, I can tell.
The bear trap queen.
Yeah. You want bear traps.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah. Yes. That's going to be on my new t-shirt. Bear trap queen. Thank you, Andy Mack. Thank you for joining us, buddy. So great to have you. And I'm glad you survived Disney with the family.
Back next weekend. Okay. See you there.
I'll be there.
All right. We're going to welcome in now as we give you a gorgeous shot here this morning at this beautiful city. We don't know where it is. Big D.
Is this a second mystery cam? Hold on. I'm getting excited now.
I looked at Big D and he went like this. This is what he had. I don't know. But we have Crystal here this morning. Hey, Crystal Ortiz. Good to see you, my friend. We have had, we were in the studio, Steve, earlier this morning, and Crystal's like, We got storms. We got a storm moving through.
Storm, yeah,
A
we had
storm.
one
A cell.
storm. Yeah, so it's still rolling through. It's just like moving out of the northern edge of the valley right
Yeah.
now. But anytime we get rain, it's like full on celebration.
I know, right?
So-
Here in
I
the
wore my-
desert for sure.
I wore my canvas Sperry's today, so am I going to be
Ooh.
okay, or do I
Hold
need to
on.
run home and get some real
Oh,
shoes?
there they are.
Real shoes might have been a move today.
Oh, boy.
Do you want to borrow my rain boots?
Although actually,
love to.
that might be the reason that it rained. So thank you for that.
You're welcome,
Your sacrifice is appreciated.
Yes.
Should we take a look at it?
Let's go ahead.
Okay, so I've got my graphics up. We'll pop those up. I have right now 51.
Nope, that's the
when we go to
wrong one.
Traffic cam. Fuel in the fight, not the graphic for me, but
We can talk about it though.
We're fueling a storm fight. That's what we're fueling.
well, when we get to it, I've got a traffic camera up of where some of the showers have been passing by. They have weakened quite a bit since when we were on air. It looked like that awesome column of rain that you sometimes see. There you go. So this is at the 51 in Bell Road, and you can't really even tell, but there are some sprinkles, some light showers that are coming down right now. But yeah, earlier the camera looked awesome when we had this little column of storm that was moving over South Mountain and into downtown Phoenix. So there's this little pathway basically of showers that have started to fire off from the south. Typical monsoonal pattern coming up from the south, rolling on through. So the good news is there's more to come aside from that cell that I just showed you is kind of weakening as it moves off to the north. But we'll start with that storm cell. If you look at the loop, you can see where it started in South Mountain just like an hour ago, and it since has moved over downtown Phoenix, and then it kind of ran up the 51, and now it's passing over 101 here. So there's the view of it currently moving by, and even since I drew out this radar view, it's moved a little because it's really moving pretty quickly. So over Lookout Mountain, moving over the 101, like the Desert Ridge area, and then it'll be kind of out of here, I would say pretty quickly in the next half hour or so, and it's light rain at this point. But we've got a couple more storms to the south over parts of Pinell County and outside of the Tucson area. Tucson's had such a good monsoon so far this year.
Oh,
yeah,
my
they've got some pretty
goodness.
gnarly storms down there. So they're getting some storms currently, and then you can see some of that moisture is moving through Casa Grande, and it's just starting to creep into the Zacatone area. So eventually this will bring some at least light showery conditions to Queen Creek, East Mesa, Apache Junction, potentially kind of follow the arrows I drew on the map. But there's more where this came from. You just saw that wider view. It's all coming from the south. So I think it's going to be a few waves, a chance for showers this morning currently happening, and then maybe a lull midday, early afternoon, another chance in the afternoon, and then another chance overnight into early tomorrow morning. So here's the future cast. It's doing a pretty good job of showing where the storms are, and you can see this is at lunchtime. They're kind of starting to move out of the valley. And then we continue the clock here. This is 4 in the afternoon. Scattered stuff starting to pop back up from the south. I will say, if we don't actually get rain into the valley, a few thunderstorms to the south could kick up a little dust. So something to watch out for this afternoon. And then one more round overnight. You start to see it mostly to the east, but again, throughout the night and into early tomorrow morning, could get some showers from that.
You know, it looks like in the chat, I said, are you getting any rain or did you get rain today? Where are you at? Scottsdale Coyote says just rained at Cactus and Tatum. Linda Monter said, good morning, Crystal. Safford got 0.21 inches of rain Friday night. You know, she's been waiting, Linda and Safford. She's been waiting for rain.
Yeah, you know what? We've all been waiting for rain. I will say, yesterday it was so cloudy, and I got quite a few texts and stuff like, is it going to rain? It looks like it's going to rain. And aside from a few sprinkles, it really didn't rain much yesterday.
We got to take a quick break. Stick with us, Crystal, though. More on this after the break. All right, welcome back, everyone. This is not the mystery camera.
I got thoughts, though. I got thoughts.
Where do you think this is, Steve?
So with the amount of vegetation there.
Oh my goodness.
I know, right? You should see him, Crystal.
I don't see any skyline in the distance. You know, this could be like a Texarkana.
Ooh, okay.
A Lake Texahoma.
No, is there going to be an answer as to where this is, or are we just?
I think we're just guessing.
I'm going to guess it's kind of that northern southeast part of our country, like a Tennessee, something like that, in Arkansas. One of those lakes that just kind of...
Oh, okay. Oh, Decatur, Illinois.
I'm not. I mean, that's southern Illinois, so
Yes.
I'm not crazy.
Wow,
far
hard
off.
sell there.
Crystal's pretty good with these, though, cameras. And
Only because I
was
pick one every morning, so I look at a lot of them.
If that was Texarkana, I was going to lose it. I was going to be so excited.
Have you had like a pretty good track record and?
I've been within 50 miles, I feel like.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Across the country,
amazing.
that's actually pretty good.
So let's go ahead and you said there could be some scattered showers, Crystal.
Yeah, so there's a few more showers that are coming up from the south right now. East Valley looks like the best chance, like far East Valley. West
Okay.
Valley is pretty quiet for now, but there could be some more action as we go into later tonight and even tomorrow morning. So
Okay.
keep an eye out.
All right, wonderful. Steve, thank you,
Yes.
my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you. You know, let
I've
me
had a pleasure.
Yeah, let me give you a look here at Steve, and I'll give you a look here at Crystal too.
Bye. I was about to get up and go.
Yeah. Thank you both so much for hanging with us this morning. Let me give you another quick look. Oh, we're changing cameras on you. So here is a look at a different city here this morning.
No, I want to participate in
I
this.
know. Do you want to take a quick guess? We have a second.
Yeah, that looks an awful lot like, oh gosh. Is that the Iowa state capital?
Ooh.
I don't know.
We'll have Dave check,
I
and
don't know.
I'll stop by your desk on the
Deal.
way.
Let me know.
All
I'm
right,
gonna
and
go
then
Iowa.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much, Steve. Oh, Charleston, West Virginia. I'd go to the Big D, Cam, but he's not in his chair right now. All right, we are going to chat, and we'll welcome in Desiree Fluellen. Desiree, good morning. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Welcome on in. So we are going to go to TMZ this morning, and we have, I believe, Eric Wilson hanging with us as well. We are talking about the Eric. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning.
Good to see you. Oh, hold on. We're waiting on your mic. I think we're going to work on the audio. Let's give so many of you here a quick shout out. And here in our chat
in
box,
chat
so
this
we have
morning?
Dave Brousseau. He said it rained there at South Mountain this morning, 20th Street and Baseline. We've got Bobby Joe Keefe. She's in the East Valley. Good morning, Bobby Joe. Mesa, Arizona. No rain there, just sunny skies there this morning. Let's check in again with Eric and see how he's doing. Eric, good morning, my friend. Can you hear me okay? Oh, we're still working on your audio. Don't worry. We're going to get it up here. You look great, though. Give me a thumbs up. Yeah, you look great. You can hear us. Thank you so much, my friend.
He's like, I'm ready to go. Come on.
Yeah. The crew's working on it. We'll get it here. We'll get it
figure
here.
it out.
So let's talk about
You
this
know-
idea about quiet vacations this morning. We'll talk about a talker as we're waiting for TMZ to get started. Every 4 in 10 millennials are taking them. This whole idea of quiet vacations. We were chatting about it this morning.
yeah.
Yeah. What
What
are
do you
your
think?
thoughts on quiet vacations?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a boss, right? I don't own a company or manage people. So, I mean, if I was in that position, maybe I'd feel differently. But I say, I mean, what's wrong with that? So what's happening, the quiet vacation is they're still logging in to work, but they might be on the beach somewhere instead of at their home. I think if you're still getting the work done, why not? It's like a win-win.
Right, yeah, and you know that's some people, or maybe you're working out in the gym like that guy, or skipping out on the cubicle.
Right.
Here's the thing. Let us know your thoughts. No rain in Bullhead City, by the way. Paul Humphrey says good morning to all of you who are sharing part of your day with us. Thank you so much. Stephen Nally, good morning to you. No rain in Scottsdale, he says. So every 4 in 10 millennials are taking these what they call quiet vacations. It's when remote workers pretend to work while on a trip, so they're not even telling the big boss that they're going on vacation.
No, that's kind of like, don't do that.
That's a little sketch.
Yeah.
They're just kind of saying, hey, we're leaving. We're going to go on vacay. And then they open up their laptop laptop, they leave it open maybe in the hotel room, or they're on the beach and shooting a couple of emails off or on their phone or something like that.
What do you think? Are you for it?
I think that could be a bit troublesome. I think that you need to let the boss know. And a lot of times, I think probably the boss may say, I get it. You need to get a little time.
Right.
If you're just going to be gone for a few days, maybe that's okay.
Like if we get our TMZ report this morning and he's on the beach somewhere beautiful, I wouldn't mind. I'd be happy for him.
Yeah, let's check in.
As long as we still get our interview.
There's Big D. When I pressed Zoom, I went straight to Dave. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, and I think that for a lot of people, I think, if you're the boss and you get clearance from them, I think that's okay.
Yeah, right. It's if you're lying about it and you're not transparent about it, okay, that's not okay. But, if you can manage both and boss says okay, I say why not?
All right, let's talk about this next story. We're working on Eric at TMZ. We're talking about this Coldplay-Gate with the situation that happened with those two.
Coldplay-Gate?
Yeah, Coldplay-Gate is one of the terms that's trending this morning. So give us your thoughts on what happened in that whole situation. My goodness. We're going to chat with TMZ. They're digging into the details for you this morning. Bobby Joe Keefe says, always be honest with everyone, no matter what. And I'm right there with you, sister. Okay, so hackers may be working hard to try and crack your passwords. How often do you change your passwords? Throw that in there as well. We've got Eric Wilson with TMZ. He's ready for us this morning. There you are, Big D.
Hey, Eric. Or Dave.
Hello. Can you hear me now?
Oh, we got you.
Yeah,
Hold on. We're going to adjust your audio, my friend. All
right.
It's a little hot. I think okay, Eric, I'm sure you're just as surprised as everyone else when this whole thing happened. Chris Martin with Coldplay didn't know this was actually taking place. It started as kind of a joke.
I mean, he joked about the affair.
Yeah, I mean, this is really taking the internet by storm. I mean, it's crazy to even think that they would be able to find this couple. The odds of finding the couple are one thing, but then that they're having an affair and that it would blow up this way. I mean, it's just really, it's gotten legs and really ran with it. Over the weekend, we saw a lot of sports teams get involved. Mascots were recreating the video. Morgan Wallen had a little thing at his show as well. Even now, Coldplay is giving disclaimers before they turn to this fan cam that got the CEO in trouble.
Oh, no.
And they're saying, hey, just so you know, we're about to turn the camera onto the fans now. So if you're with anyone, maybe you shouldn't be. Separate now while we, look around the crowd. So yeah, this is becoming a big story for everybody.
Well, wait a second. How do you feel about the disclaimer? I don't know if I'm feeling that. Like,
I mean,
if you get caught, you get caught. You shouldn't be doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, cheaters should be caught.
Yeah.
However, but I think maybe that they're a little concerned if there's going to be any legal action brought against them because of this whole thing and the way it's kind of blown up. I don't know.
Yeah.
If there has
it
yet,
is
but
not their
I think
fault.
they're just trying to hedge their bets here.
Yeah.
Well, and I think
I suppose.
I think it started as probably with Chris Martin at Coldplay. Like at first it's a joke, right? And then like Morgan Wallen, he kind of laughed about it a little bit. He was like, oh, and by the way, I do not condone cheating is what he said as well while he was on stage. So I think, it's something that they don't condone it, but you got to give people a little heads up and go, hey, And I think it kind of, don't you think the big thing here is I feel like the kids involved, like the pictures that have been floating around social media with the families, the kids are school age. Some of them are teenagers and tweens. They got to go to school, right? And then the rest of the world is talking about what happened with their parents.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely going to be difficult for them. I think if this was my father, I blow it up. If you're cheating on my mom, blow it up. I don't care. Let him suffer. It is, I'm sure, very difficult for the family to deal with. I'm sure they blew up overnight and, I'm sure they have people blowing up their phone and their social media, asking questions and invading their privacy.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely feel for them and hope that the father and, if this affair is true, only he's the one who really has to suffer the consequences.
Yeah, and so much is floating around about this. And I saw a post this morning. It was like, well, not only did it cost him his marriage, it cost him his job, the salary that he uses to provide for his family. It's now going to cost how much money to go through divorce and the childhood trauma that you could be potentially bringing to your children. It's just like, I don't know. None of it's all worth it.
Yeah, we can laugh all we want, but it is a very overall sad situation, especially for the family.
Feel bad for the wife.
You guys actually talk about this a lot in your newsroom. What are some of the thoughts that you guys have chatted about there? I'm guessing obviously everyone's concerned about the situation.
Yeah, I mean, we spent a lot of time, making sure that this was all accurate. So we were actually we got our ducks in a row before posting the story because we knew, something like this getting out there, it could destroy an entire family if it's true or not. So we really wanted to, we really were cautious when reporting this story.
So
Yeah.
clear it all up for us. So he is married and she is married as well, correct?
Correct. And she has like a tween-age child.
She was recently divorced. I believe she was divorced in 2022. I'm not sure if she remarried, but I know she was recently divorced.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And we do have someone in our chat this morning, Eric. She says, Beacon Forever says, what if it was your mom that this happened to, or if it was your dad? It kind of puts it a little bit into perspective too for a lot of families.
Yeah. But that's exactly what I said. I mean, if my dad was cheating on my mom and embarrassed us in such a way, I would want him to feel that heat for sure.
All right, Eric.
Take
thank you.
Side,
Yeah, I know, right? You know what? I love you even more now that you've said that.
It's fact.
You got to take care of your mama. She gave birth to you, carried you in her womb.
I mean,
That's right.
Parents sacrifice
I would never
a lot,
listen to Coldplay again
mom.
if I was that family.
Oh my gosh. Every
Yeah.
time you heard the music, it would bring back these horrible memories.
I just hope that wasn't like a wedding song for them or like meant anything to them, because I mean, that's just a double-edged sword there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, Brenda Miranda says karma is crazy sometimes how it works out. So,
Yeah.
Eric,
Anything from his wife, or has she spoken out yet, or no?
she there was something on her Facebook, right? She turned it off or something like that.
Allegedly, she removed his last name from her Facebook, but we cannot confirm that, and we haven't heard any statement from her.
No statements. Okay.
What else you guys looking into today, Eric? What's your day hold for you, my friend?
Well, we just had a very sad story that we just broke in the newsroom a few minutes ago, and I'm not sure if we want to talk about that, but unfortunately, Malcolm Jamal Warner, star of The Cosby Show, passed away. And what we're hearing is an accidental drowning in Costa Rica this past weekend. So that's what I'm trying to keep an ear open for the newsroom because we're still getting details in. But that's the story we just broke, unfortunately.
Wow.
All right, we'll be checking your website, and making sure that we're touching base and reading all the details there. So, Eric, thank you so much, buddy. We appreciate it for all your hard work.
Good seeing you guys.
Yeah, great to hear you as
Thank
well.
you.
Look great. You sound
Thank
great.
Say hi to your mom
See
for
you guys
us.
next week. I will for sure.
Buddy, thank you.
Bye.
One of the other stories that we're talking about this morning, Des, is the tariffs with the holiday shopping. Have you started your holiday shopping already?
Girl, heck no.
A lot of
trying to get through each day,
well,
one day at a time.
Some people use like Prime Day to start their holiday
it is
shopping.
smart, yeah.
Like if you start really looking for some of these deals, but listen to what's going on here with the holiday shopping.
Are you starting?
I have just like a couple of things, like small things. Last year I did almost all of it during Prime, and then I was done. But with the tariffs and stuff, maybe you're planning ahead, and so tariff issues already causing some concerns. Even when we talk about some holiday shopping as we inch closer to the fall months and eventually get into December. So the Christmas ordering period hitting retailers with uncertainty on what they can count on here for availability and prices. I mean, think about all the different things that come in on these shipping containers,
Right.
We're talking electronics, fashion, makeup, like
Toys for the
lots of different
littles.
things. Yeah.
Well, and we reported earlier this morning, too, that most of the goods that we sell in the U.S. come from China, who unfortunately are facing some of the highest tariffs.
Yeah,
So
80%.
yeah.
80% of the toys. Say that again, Big D. 10 seconds. We're going to take a
10
quick
seconds.
break. We'll be right back.
All right.
Perfect. Great job.
Thank you, brother.
Okay, I'm out.
All right, welcome back, everyone. 10:45 this morning, and you are looking live at a very cool spot here. Big D.
Oh.
He's like, dang, warned
But
me.
you're such a jolly person. We just love seeing your face. I know people in the chat love seeing your face too. Do we know where this beautiful camera is?
I don't. I was about to ask Dean in live control.
Okay, we'll come back to you in a little bit. You probably like how I said beautiful face. Frankie D said Dave. Okay, so real quick, as we're looking at this beautiful shot, we want to welcome in this morning Isabella Fredrickson. Hi, good morning.
Good morning, girl.
Nice
Happy
to
Monday.
see you. We want to go to the poll question as well this morning. And as we pull up that poll question, here it is for you. Should the Washington Commanders and Cleveland Guardians change their team name back to what it was before? So we have two different polls, and let's check to see how many of you are voting. Yes, I agree with the president. The changes were needless DEI effects. 86% of you say that is the case. 14% of you say no, the original team names were offensive to Native Americans. And here is a look, Isabella, at the YouTube poll.
Yeah, there is currently 54 comments.
Okay.
Lots of different thoughts. And of course, the YouTube poll is different than our megaphone. 61% are saying yes, and 39% are saying no. And I will read a couple of comments here.
Okay, go for it.
Someone said, change them back. Nobody is offended. And if they are, they will get over it. Someone else said, Wasser Cactus said, personally, I think it's really up to the football and baseball teams and the fans to decide this, not Donald Trump. Millipede 0707 says, so the Cleveland Indians isn't okay, but the Cleveland Browns is just fine, ? And the last one I'll read is from Queen Bee 4427. She says, I have Native American blood, and this just makes us hate each other even more. I would only be offended if the teams lost all of their games. No one cares about the names.
All right. Yeah, lots of thoughtful comments in there, and we'd love to hear from you as well. So vote there. Here's another quick glance at that poll there as well. We have a lot of great people in our chat box. That
We really
actually,
do.
yes, we do. And we were chatting about pets wearing outfits last week, and many of you actually shared your photos with us at our
how
email,
cute.
fox10talks@fox.com. We love hearing from
That
you.
is dedication. I can hardly dress myself and the kids. Like, now you're doing the pets too.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and take a look at this first one. This is, look at this. So if you're looking for the cutest dressed pet, you found him. His name is Ambrose, and he is...
Is he a little guinea pig?
He is a guinea pig, and he just turned 1. This is from etiquette_sophisticated. So thank you so much for sharing this really, really cute
outfit
photo.
change there. Look at that.
And then we also have this morning, this one right here. So his name is S'mores. He's part Corgi, part Pit Bull. He was actually born on National S'mores Day, unbeknownst to Brandy the bookworm. She's one of our dedicated chatters.
She's always in the chat.
She
yeah, Brandy,
is.
hi. Oh, he's so cute.
She says when she adopted him, and that's when she named him, and he'll be 4 this year. So, Brandy, thank you so much. And there's so many of you who are sharing your photos. Thank you for liking the video this morning, and for many of you who are sharing part of your day with us as well. But they're cute. We love seeing your
That's
little
cute
ones.
for the holidays.
I
That
know.
little t-shirt.
We love seeing so many of your photos. So again, that email is fox10talks@fox.com, and you can share your photos of your pets, and we'll make sure we try to fit
So
them on
you have a dog,
throughout the
right?
day. I
You
do
have 2.
We have Jack and Gracie. They're both
Okay.
Aussies.
Do you dress them?
We do. For Christmas, they have sweaters. I actually threw it up in my Instagram at Syleste Fox 10. And Jack is wearing a sweater that the kids put on him for Christmas.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
Good for them.
super, super sweet.
Oh.
So thank you. We love seeing your photographs of your pets. Let's talk about this. Do either of you play an instrument?
I did in 5th grade.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The clarinet.
Okay.
I wasn't very good because I look like a blowfish. That's how you know you're not doing it right. Yeah. Big cheeks.
big cheeks.
Yeah. Your cheeks are not supposed to fill up with air like that.
What
when
about you, Isabella?
play.
I did the piano and the recorder.
Oh,
but
good.
Do you still play piano? Yeah, no.
I think it's gone. I know one little tune and that's it.
So there are. I played the clarinet as well.
Okay.
I was in the marching band in high school. I played for about 6 years.
Oh, so you like really
I really played for a long time.
Okay.
But I will say there are some benefits. This is a new story out there this morning. Benefits to playing instruments. Here's your piano, Isabella. Yes,
not like that.
So it's never too late to learn to play an instrument. Listen, a new study found playing music may help your brain health. Researchers in China, they found that pianos in particular, so this is right up your alley, violins and even singing helps your mind cope with aging. Scientists say playing instruments is a full brain workout, bringing together coordination, memory recall, and emotional expression. Do you remember, was there anything that playing an instrument? Let us know in the chat as well. Piano for her, Linda Monter says. Linda, that's awesome. Ooh. She also says, hey, Isabella. Charles David says guitar for him. And just like my high school's was Trojans. Oh, you're a warrior, Jen's Wall says. Yes. Do you remember like when either you were playing your instruments, how it really helped you through something, or how long did you play?
I just feel like it was engaging. It was a nice challenge. I felt like, I'm exercising my brain as well as my lung capacity, especially with the recorder.
True.
Yeah, I felt like it was a good mental challenge.
Yeah, right. Anytime you try something new, right? It's a good mental challenge, personal growth.
Yeah.
I was only in 5th grade. I was terrible. I didn't like it, so I gave up. But music in general is, something I enjoy. So my thing was dance.
So I think there's something about music that is healing. When I played the cello in 4th grade, played the sax in 5th, and then in 6th grade, my mom worked with a woman who had a clarinet that she wanted to donate to us, and so she gave me the clarinet, and I played that for 6 years.
Oh wow! Do you still have it?
I still have it.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
So impressive.
And you know what's really cool is that I remember when I first started playing, I was like 18th chair because there was 18 clarinets, and I thought to myself, I'm going to take this summer and I'm going to work really hard. And the next year, I was 3rd chair.
Wow.
But I think that when you have music, whether or not you're learning to play an instrument or music or whatever, it kind of it inspires you in so many different ways.
It's good for the soul, but there's also so many studies that have been done. It also helps boost your oxytocin.
Yes.
Oxytocin is your happiness, your natural happiness drug. So
many of you are chiming in. Let's see. A Beacon Forever says she plays the flute or played the flute. Dave Brousseau says, for me, it's harmonica and acoustic guitar. Can you imagine the harmonica?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
I know. Dave. He says the chopsticks, LOL.
Hey, you know what?
Get creative. Anything can be an instrument.
No kidding. I'm thinking sushi now. I know you're a big sushi. Like now we're hungry for sushi. I know. It's so wonderful. Okay, so let's get right to this next story. Americans using AI to diagnose. Listen to this. This is kind of a big story. And chime in and let us know if this is something that you're doing online. It was Google. We all went to Google for a long time. It was like, what is this weird thing that I'm dealing with? Or I have this headache or I have this rash or whatever it is. But now in your Health Watch, more Americans are turning to AI to help diagnose illnesses and injuries. So it's not Google necessarily, but it's AI. And health experts are warning the amount of misinformation is having a negative impact on patients' health. So it's very similar to like the Google trend, Isn't that scary?
That scares me.
And didn't doctors always say, don't go Google your symptoms? Because
it'll scare you.
Yeah,
it's scary.
No WebMD.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things I think that it's human to want to go to the web and try to figure out what's going on, but it also can be a double-edged sword.
Yeah. Maybe a starting point, but also you should know your own body, right? You should know when this is getting too painful, or this is really out of the ordinary. It's always good to be in tune with yourself, and then from there, you should know when you need to go see a doc.
Yeah,
a real one,
a real live human doctor.
I know,
not
right?
an AI doctor. I do not trust.
Can you
that.
imagine at some point we may see an AI doctor?
Well, I mean, robots are doing surgeries nowadays.
But they still have people
controlled by a human, but still.
Yeah. So it looks as though Be Kind Forever. Yes, good morning to you. Michael C says alto saxophone. I want to give some of these folks a big shout out because they are playing instruments. Do you see that, Isabella, in the chat? Jen Swall says, no music. It was artist stuff for you. So you like, yeah. So she won 2 awards in high school. One was Phil Arthur Schultz Award. Congratulations.
Wow.
Not sure exactly what that is, but I'm sure it's a very big deal. And Linda Monter says she still plays piano and the organ for church. That's amazing.
So amazing, Linda.
Right?
Aww.
I know. Do you think you could still play piano, Isabella?
I know the tune of the one song I know. I don't even think I can do it right. I think I do just like one
with
finger.
one finger
Like,
instead of yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
I don't know. It might be like riding a bike.
I mean, maybe.
I love Charles David's response. He says, "Go to the doctor and let them Google it."
There you go.
I will say though, there was once I had to call the pediatrician for my daughter, and she actually opened up her book. Like she's like, I'm going to open up my book, like an encyclopedia for doctors and nurses. What are the symptoms? Let me do. Okay, I'm going to. This is not it. This is not it. This is not it. Like it, and so they do have resources that they use.
Well, gosh, they're human. They can't, they don't know everything or probably remember every single thing that they learned in medical school.
Yeah.
So at least she was responsible enough to do that and not misdiagnose you.
Wow.
Yeah, the resources they use.
Yeah,
Scottsdale Coyote says he's a Camelback class of 81. Let's see. If you guys want to chime in and let us know what year you graduated high school and celebrate, let us know because Frankie D says he plays the guitar. And, Linda Monster says, Jen, that's awesome. I admire those who have an art ability.
So does
that's
Bo
amazing.
Jackson not play an instrument because he goes, I can make a good mixtape? Remember those days? How would we even play your mixtape these days, Bo? Like, we can't play it in the car anymore. What a shame.
I bet we could find a boombox, though.
We'd have to.
Yeah, we could definitely find a boombox for sure. I think that for a lot of people, music is one of those things that also kind of bring back memories, makes you nostalgic about certain times in your life or that one party or, you're all in the car together and you're cruising down. Let's get back to Big D this morning. Dave, did you ever cruise when you were in high school?
Your questions are.
You're putting him on the spot,
right? When you were cruising, like, what was the type of music you used to cruise to?
all types of music. I'm open to everything.
I know you look like a good dancer, buddy. You look like a good dancer. All right, we're gonna welcome in now. Is it Anita or Ty? Good morning, you two. How are you?
I spy someone named Anita and Ty.
Come on in. Isabel, thank you, sister. So good.
You.
So good. We're going to bring Ty and Anita in. Ty, do you want to sit on my lap?
I'll just shut your face.
Say hi.
Oh, sure.
Here, you can sit right here. You want to sit?
I don't know. I'm
Can you
afraid.
sit?
This chair's
Don't be
gonna
afraid.
Just
We're
bust.
all friends here. Don't be
All right, I'll
afraid.
just go like this. Here.
Okay, so what do you guys have coming up in about 20 seconds?
Oh, what don't we have coming up is the question.
Yeah. Can you fit it
Do
all
you
in?
guys shower? What's your shower routine like?
My shower? I love to take hot, long showers.
Don't. It's bad for you.
I know.
What?
Yeah.
Says who? It's great for my soul. I love to burn my skin
Your
off.
soul, but not your skin.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, because
hey.
it makes it dry, right?
Yeah,
Like,
we have a
dries it
doctor
out.
coming in to talk about that.
I
Okay,
do not
all
have
right.
dry skin.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, Ty and Anita talking about your
Dry skin.
your
That's right.
shower routine.
Your habits. Think that I'm lacking. I've had a terrible case of insomnia for a while now.
Ooh.
And I'm really tired.
I'm right there with you. Mine's induced by a 5-year-old, but
I don't have a 5-year-old.
Oh my
and
gosh.
how was your weekend?
it was good. Speaking of the 5-year-old, she starts school, kindergarten on Wednesday. So I spent my time going through all the school supplies,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
The list that they give you, right?
It's insanity. Yeah, it was very
Are
expensive.
you going to cry?
Absolutely.
You think you will?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
totally.
Oh.
I cried at her pre-K graduation, and she came over to me and she's like, "Mom, why are you crying?" I'm like, "You just don't get it, Hillary.
That's what moms. Whoa.
You just don't
She
get
is
it."
the cutest little girl. I
She's
love
awesome.
following your Instagram because she cracks me up with the things she
she's
says,
wild.
the things she does.
She takes after mom.
I think she's going to be like, you need to get her. I know you started her in acting school, but I
Yep.
keep saying that she could be like a child actress and you could retire. Living off of her
Can we all
salary.
retire?
Yes.
You could be a
Well-
momager like that Jenner girl.
Like stage mom
Kris
or what is it?
Jenner.
You be the momager.
Yes.
I'll be the driver.
Okay.
And Ty will be the
the
booker.
cook? Oh.
No, you'll be a but. Hillary does ask for a butler every Christmas.
A butler?
She wants a
Butler.
butler.
Where did she learn what a butler
You
is?
know, I don't know. My little mini adult. My 5-year-old adult.
She wants a butler.
She says, "Mommy, I want a butler." I'm like, "I'm a few million short, Hillary, but
Maybe one day.
I'll keep working on it."
We'll work on that one for you. We'll
That's
keep
something
asking
to
Santa
aspire
Claus.
to, right?
Oh, she's great.
We're going to
All
get
right.
to some headlines before we talk about your fun story. Pat Tillman's brother. Most people in Arizona familiar with Pat Tillman, big Cardinals football player, and then enlisted and was killed by friendly fire. Pat Tillman's brother. This is kind of bizarre. 44 years old, accused of driving into a U.S. post office early yesterday morning. So that's what you're looking at right now. It's all boarded up. The building caught fire after the car slammed into it.
Yeah, and this is in San Jose, so that's what you're looking at, the post office here. So still a lot of questions exactly what happened that it caused him to crash into this building. Was it intentional? Maybe there was some sort of DUI involved. We're still waiting for a lot of information from the he's booked into the Santa Clara County Jail right now, suspected of arson, and there
Right.
could be additional charges
Which
as well.
is interesting because there was a vehicle involved. So, like you said, what's going on with that? Street racing?
Yeah, let's talk about this one. I
Danielle's
thought this
a
was
really
pretty
fast
interesting.
driver.
Yes.
No, she's pretty. I think
I'm not going to
she's-
talk about tickets because I'm not going to jinx myself.
I
so
know. Don't do it,
Nope,
right?
not doing it.
Well, this is pretty interesting. If you've lived here in the Valley, you've probably heard them or seen them. We're talking about these street racers. There's a lot of them in downtown, in some of the outskirts as well. This has kind of become a big problem. So more than 20 people were busted for illegal street racing in the West Valley. So these are photos from the Arizona Department of Public Safety from the bus that was earlier this month. Now, they're not saying exactly where this was. They're just saying that this did happen over in the west side of town. They used a chopper to break up the action. 22 drivers were arrested for street racing, and 22 cars were taken to the impound lot. So
Here's
that's
the thing
also
with that.
pretty
Maybe
interesting.
fun for them, but dangerous when you're
Oh,
out there
yeah.
driving with a 5-year-old in the car.
Oh, yeah.
And they come up behind you going, I don't know, 80, 90, I assume.
Oh, yeah. No, it's scary.
Yeah.
And especially when it happens, when you're obviously not thinking it's going to happen, and then right past you, and yeah, not fun.
Well, it also like kind of scares you because like when you're driving along, you're kind of in like autopilot
yeah.
mode, and then if you see someone just kind of right on your tail and they swerve
Yeah.
around you, it kind of startles you a little bit. So
We're
yeah.
in, what, I don't know, I guess you consider it a North Scottsdale area. So like Scottsdale and Thunderbird. And on Saturday night, you'll
you can hear them. Yeah.
Freeways.
You
I
have-
have to say, on Friday and
Yes.
Saturday, anytime we're driving on the freeway, I swear,
awful.
especially at nighttime, obviously, but yowza.
Yeah.
Scary.
I saw like a motorcycle group, a huge group of people on motorcycles and four-wheelers going down one
On
of
a
the
freeway?
No,
Four-wheelers?
on the on it was I think it was on 7th Street.
Do they go that fast, 4-wheelers?
No,
They can,
I
I think.
don't know. I don't know if they're street legal. I have
don't
no
think
idea.
they are, but
No,
this was
that's,
what I
I
was
guess,
talking
part of
about.
the
It was
problem,
part of
too.
the problem. It was like this kind of like little street
Interesting.
gang.
I
So
remember
guess you're
talking
gonna
to
see it.
DPS several times. You know, we covered those overnight crashes, and you're out there. And there was one sergeant who would say, "You guys have to get out here with us." And the number of people who will be racing on the freeways is incredible. They're going like 100 miles per hour.
Someone's asking, are they going to get these? Are they the seized cars? Bo Jackson is asking, will they be seized or will they get them back? I would imagine they'd probably have to I guess, pay some sort of fee to get those cars out of the impound lot?
Yeah, and it'll depend on, they're arrested for street racing, so what the charges are, what the penalty is for that. And I mean, if their license is taken away.
Yeah, who knows?
I don't know if that's true or not, but we don't know.
And I know those impound lots.
Yeah.
Those are pricey.
Yeah, they really
Especially
are.
if you're there for, consecutive days. Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Really difficult to get the car out.
So can they get their car back if they don't have a license? I don't know.
I'm not
I
sure.
don't know. Maybe this is a
of
follow-up.
questions.
We need
DPS
someone to
tomorrow.
chime in. Yeah, DPS.
We'll have to have them on the show, and maybe they can answer some of these questions.
Be Kind Forever says motorcycle and cars race up the highway to Will Hoyt in the lane opposite direction. Oh, wrong side of the road through the mountain. That's terrifying.
Yeah. So, got to be careful out there. Do you want to talk about the road rage incident? That's the next script we have.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought this was interesting. This gentleman right here, let me double check on his name. We have his mugshot. Well, that mugshot, I think, brought a lot of attention to people because he's smiling in his mugshot.
That's 46-year-old Dustin Jackson.
Correct. And he shot and killed, opened fire on Stephen Bevan. It's basically like a road rage incident in Tempe. They both had their kids or had children in the car. But now what we're hearing is Mr. Jackson a grand jury decided, we're not charging you with homicide or weapons-related charges because it turns out that 29-year-old Stephen Bevan got out of his car and had his hands up. We don't know in which way, but so the jury...
Are they claiming self-defense?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
That's what the grand jury said.
Okay.
So,
now, Mr. Jackson does have, he has some drug charges pending. They found some drugs in his car, so there's a trial set for November. But it's very interesting and...
All in all, I mean, it's
a tragic story.
Bad on every end that you can talk about. It's just awful, terrible.
All right, let's listen to some happier news. You had a great assignment today. Have you been out there before to Amici Pizza?
No, so I actually heard about it. Amici Pizza, it's originally in Mesa. Two very young, I want to say they're in their 20s. They're super young.
Yeah. They look like they're
very
12.
young. Yeah, very young.
So cute.
Started it, and what happened was they were just a regular pizza place. Just
It's kind of run of the mill. Unassuming building in Mesa, right?
Yep.
You took a bite,
and then I took a bite today. Absolutely.
And
it's good. It's really good. So I had a different style. The original story we did. One of our reporters brought the pizza back. Good.
Dom, I remember.
I think it was Dom. Yeah, brought it back. So I had a different style today. I had the grandma pizza. Or so. It's more of like a square pizza,
Like a
lot more
Detroit,
garlic, a lot more. I don't know.
Thicker.
It was different. Yeah, thicker.
Okay.
But delicious. Yeah. But it all went viral because of a TikToker. So totally just run-of-the-mill pizza joint. You could come in, sit down, get your pizza to go. Now it's 2 to 3 hour wait times just to get a New York-style pizza. And she went viral.
She credits everything to TikTok, right?
Oh, yeah. No, she said we were popular. People loved our pizza, but it was never... I was never turning away clients because of how busy we are.
Was it her TikTok or was it
It was somebody else.
TikToker?
Yes,
that
I
showed
believe, from my understanding, it was like a
reviewer
almost, person who
with
does
a ton of with a ton of
and then
followers.
she also started posting about her Shirley Temples,
which are literally. And she even said it today when I was interviewing her. She's like, Danielle, these are just normal Shirley Temples. Like, we don't do anything different. She said maybe the one thing, what the kids are calling it these days, crispy. Yeah. So what that means is that, what that means is that there's a little bit more carbonation to make it a little more crisp, like a more.
How do you get more carbonation?
Just
add the consistency.
Yeah, you can add the consistency
turn up the
of the
carbonation.
machine. Yeah, so it's basically just the carbonation with the syrup mix.
We called them kitty cocktails growing up, not Shirley Temples.
Oh, really?
I don't know if my dad named it, but anytime we would have a family party, I grew up in Chicago, so we had a basement. And my dad built himself a bar in that basement, and you better believe he served drinks during family parties. And then I would slide right up there and be like, I want a kitty cocktail with 2 cherries. So it was 7-Up, cherry juice, and then the 2 cherries.
Yeah, it's like the 7. So another thing that's different about her, she uses Starry, which is kind of a new or popular lemon lime, Sprite, 7-Up, and grenadine, which is typical, and cherries, and Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. But
Good for
she does,
her.
yeah, she's like, TikTok is, and now, of course, they have their stickers and their merch, and they're super cute, super hip. But she can't, her phones were just ringing off
the hook.
While
you were there?
Yes.
Now, so this one is a little bit different, though. There's no seating, right?
Nope.
So
this is
kind
all
of carry out.
walk-in, take-out. Yeah, so she does individual slices.
Which I think is brilliant.
Yeah. She would typically do them her whole shift, but she can't anymore because it's too busy. So she only does the individual slices up until 4 p.m. and then she cuts it off for the dinner rush, and then it's just takeout pizza. Like you have to call and order. But a lady called today while we were there, ordered for an 8 o'clock pickup tonight.
Wow.
Like calling,
already?
Yeah,
In the
at
morning.
9 o'clock in the morning, calling for an 8 p.m. pizza pickup. So it's crazy, but it's good. I mean, they're
Good for
super
her.
young. They're she's from New York, and then Vinny, who's her boyfriend, they're both co-owners. He's from New Jersey, so they grew up
with like
with
the good
pizza,
New York pizza
the New
scene.
York, yeah, and they
Would love to ask our viewers at home if you guys have a favorite pizza spot. That'd be a great recommendation, or that you have a favorite, or if you tried a Michi, what you guys think. I know
my favorite is you went there.
Me too. Flyby.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Like Weakness Pizza.
I think
It's
what was
thick,
it?
right?
No,
But it's-
well, they have different
they have
types.
different types.
They have the
okay.
Detroit style, and then they have like not the super thin one, but like I guess a regular pizza crust. And they put on it for me. We went for the Detroit style because Ron likes that. It was like what, Pizza Week or something.
It was
like?
Pizza Week, yeah, because every day we were doing a different
like a pizza place, yeah.
And it had. I don't even know if I've ever had goat cheese prior. It had goat cheese, fig,
and lemon,
arugula,
and like a lemon curd something.
and
It was
then
so good.
and then I put hot honey on it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. No,
I could have eaten the whole thing by
Yeah,
myself.
totally.
I crave it.
Yeah.
That sounds fantastic.
It was so, but the consistency of the crust,
It was so good. And it was, I'm not a thick crust girl.
No,
I like
I don't-
thin crust,
yeah.
but this was the best. Oh, bless you.
Sorry, talking about food makes me hungry
I know,
and
it was
sneezy.
so good. And they have 2 locations, Phoenix,
Yeah.
and then
Up North Scottsdale,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And is it a Fox concept?
It is.
It is
Yeah.
a Fox
Yeah.
concept.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
anything he does.
It's-
I know
yeah.
it's so.
People are putting their favorite places.
What is-
Oregano's.
Their Detroit pizza is also very good if you like Detroit. I
Yeah.
just don't like that much.
Yeah,
crust,
that's too much.
But oh my gosh, everything about it, the sauce,
Right there with Angie. You're the one who introduced me to
It was so- it was
I'll
so
forever
good.
be
Thank
grateful.
you.
I love pizza.
And Paul
Amici
was
has
saying
more than pizza.
They'd have the pasta, right? They have pasta
They have
dishes.
pasta
and the
uh-huh.
knots.
They have
Oh,
the
those
and they also
knots.
have the
Garlic
pepperoni pinwheels.
That's what it
That's
is,
what
not
it
the
is.
knots.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry,
So it looks,
pinwheels.
they kind of roll it like a, like a pinwheel,
Yeah.
and then they bake it and pull
Oh,
it out.
10
It's-
seconds.
You got 10
delicious.
seconds
You want to stay?
Danielle,
We'll
thanks
finish
for
talking with
hanging
you.
out.
Of course.
Okay.
I think you guys have other guests, don't you?
I don't know.
We
We'll figure
do.
it out.
Oh, okay.
But,
We'll figure it out.
While I heard there's pizza, so if you can go
We
find
have to
some.
take a break.
Oh yeah. Bye guys.
I think we could have talked pizza forever, but this is also a very, very interesting topping.
You're talking about pizza.
I'm
You
talking
still got
about
pizza on the mind, talking about
but
toppings.
Everyone at home, thank you so much for your recommendations. But now we want to know. Keep it clean.
We're talking
keep it
shower
clean.
habits here this morning.
Shower habits.
Dr. Jenna Assar, did I say that correct?
Yes. Welcome.
From Banner Health is joining us here this morning. What kind of doctor are you?
I'm a family doctor with Banner Health. Yeah.
So you kind of
You've seen it all.
Yeah.
All the rashes, all the goosebumps.
Yes, yes.
All the
eczema.
You name it.
So
There's a
that's what we're
big
kinda
trend
talking
on
about.
TikTok.
The kids.
Well, and I should say all social media. I shouldn't blame TikTok. I'm not blaming your TikTok.
No, but there's kind of this trend where I guess it's probably younger kids, right? Are we is it fair to say younger kids?
I've seen
Even
some
adults.
I've seen adults do it.
But they're using a ton of products in the bath. So they're talking like oils, washes, loofahs, scrubs. Am I missing anything else?
Yeah, like 10 plus
Nice and
products.
close,
10 plus products in the shower. You know, it might feel luxurious, but really you don't need all of that. And really, is it really harmful? I mean, a lot of those products have chemicals that are giving you exposure to things that haven't even been studied and how they interact with each other. Using so many products, I mean, it's just getting rid and stripping your oils, your natural oils, which is that skin protectant barrier that you have, really disrupting the microbiome of your skin. And our skin is your largest organ.
Yeah,
So you got to really take care of it then, right?
What are some of the products that they're featuring in these videos that we're worried about?
Yeah, moisturizers, anything that have a lot of fragrances, usually are like hormone disruptors.
That's what I was going to ask. So what does that do? When you say hormone disruptors, exactly, kind of put that into layman's term. Like, what does that do?
Yeah, disrupting
and why is
our
it bad?
hormones.
Yeah, we're not sure exactly, but studies are showing that those have phthalates, parabens, or sulfates, have volatile organic compounds that are released, and especially in the shower, if they're released, then you're inhaling them through the steam, and water opens your pores.
I was going to say, if you're
opens your
taking a hot
airways.
shower, your pores are open.
Exactly. And then you're inhaling all these volatile organic compounds, all these fragrances that are actually just disrupting your estrogen, your testosterone, even your thyroid function.
Wow.
So it can be very detrimental, yeah.
So when I guess when you go to the bath aisle or whatever, I mean, there's so many different products on the market right now. What are some of the things that I've seen stuff that says like no parabens or no whatever?
Yeah, those
toxic
things.
chemicals.
Those things.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what should you be looking for when you go to the bath aisle?
Yeah. So you want to pick products that don't have phthalates, don't have parabens, don't have sulfates, maybe say fragrance free. You should really look
But what
at
if you want something
label.
that smells really good?
I know. So looking for the essential oils maybe that are in them that actually give you that fragrance that is not
natural.
Right, that's natural.
Frankie D
and
says
not-
simple bar of soap and shampoo for me. That's all they need.
Exactly. Sometimes the simplest of showering routines are actually the healthiest.
Okay, let me tell you. Well, this is a little different, but it's scalp. So on Saturdays, I put hair oil in my scalp and I let it sit all the way through Sunday. Don't worry, I'm not going out to dinner or anything.
It's just a little greasy on the weekends.
But it smells so good. It has a lot of fragrance. So I should double check on that. And then Sunday morning, I will put in a very deep conditioning mask. I go to my hot yogas and then I come home and I wash my hair.
Nice.
See, now
that's you're doing the yoga, you're sweating it out, right? We want that moisturizer, we want oils because they actually protect our skin barrier, right? They lock in the moisture, right? You hydrate during a shower, then you want to lock in the moisture. So within 3 minutes of patting dry, try to get a moisturizer that again is fragrance free, or an oil on it to lock in that moisture. That's really what we want, especially here in Arizona.
You mentioned the perfumes can disrupt hormones. Jen Walls says, I can't put anything on with heavy fragrance. I wear my perfume on my clothes and hair only. Does that
That's interesting.
Does that help? Does it benefit?
Yeah, so having it on your clothes, not as detrimental onto the skin, but I'd say if you can actually avoid them altogether, because inhaling them too is still kind of detrimental, because in our airways, that's also a disruptor as well. Yeah.
What are some of the symptoms that folks are coming in with if they because there could be some allergic reactions? You were talking about eczema could be causing because you kind of dry out your skin, right?
Yeah.
What are some of the symptoms that we maybe should be looking out for that could be I guess, a precursor that these are hurting us.
Like rough patches in the skin, redness, rashes, anything eczema-like, acne sometimes flares up from these products. And so it dries out the skin. You kind of just don't want any of that. So if you're seeing any of that, that kind of means that you've kind of disrupted your skin's microbiome, right? You want to replenish it now. So just staying away from the product. Sometimes save water, a simple shower is really all you need.
So if you start seeing rashes or anything like that, either maybe stop using the product, see if it fixes itself, or get to your doctor.
Or get to your doctor and see them. Sometimes antibacterial soaps can be really too drying, and using them every day is also non-beneficial. And sometimes you just, especially here in Arizona, if you really want to shower multiple times, maybe just a water-based or a rinse-only shower one time. You can only even use soap in those really crucial areas, like your underarms, your feet, and your groin area.
The hot zones.
Yeah.
This brings up I was going to share this.
Your hot zone?
When I am a major germaphobe, and
That's why you elbow bumped me.
That's why I elbow bumped you. But I don't know if I should be sharing all this. I used to use Dial soap as my soap because I was like, I want the antibacterial, until my skin was like cracking off because it was so dry. So I learned my lesson.
Yes.
Yeah, don't do that.
In the wintertime, Ty likes so much hand sanitizer that his hands will. You do.
Well, yeah,
you
look,
do.
you can tell.
You're all.
I need I love.
It's better to be clean.
I love
but,
the alcohol. Just clean it all up.
Have you seen the videos of that? They call it the morning shed.
What's that?
Yes. So it's when someone, I've only seen women doing this.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean men don't, but they've got a mask on. They've got the mouth tape on. They've got an eye thing on, and then they're wrapping and taping
Their face?
Well, and then they've got the castor oil patch. So they just kind of slowly in the morning are like taking off all this.
How do you sleep with all that
I
junk
don't know.
on your body?
I think it's a joke.
They probably use Ambien, right? A sleep aid.
Oh, let's not talk about that.
That's a whole other
Well,
topic.
I had really bad insomnia, so I mean, if you know.
Yeah, we got plenty of time. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Linda says Arm & Hammer deodorant is what she likes.
That's the other thing we should talk about is deodorants, because aluminum now is the thing that you're
supposed
supposed
to an all natural, and sometimes I worry.
Yeah, well, we do too.
I know.
Anita.
I'm sorry. I'm
so
just
the
waiting to finish the bottle, and then I'll find something else. I'm too cheap.
Yeah, the all-natural ones are the best. Again, you want them to make sure they're fragrance-free, hopefully not having that aluminum in them. So it's hard, I know, especially when you're living here in Arizona.
But you always think about it's just a little bit. But after years and years of use, that could add up, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And they just kind of collect, again, disrupt our microbiome, disrupt our internal microbiome, really, on the surface and inside.
Okay, sunblock. We've got a couple people saying sunblock is the worst thing. I've interviewed doctors who say, first of all, you could use a mineral, which does have less. Second of all, that it's not soaking in that much. But what's worse, the rays you're getting, or the sunblock, or I'll go out and swim laps, and sometimes I don't put sunblock on because I'm in the water and I'm moving, and I'm out there for 30 minutes. I want a little vitamin D.
Yeah. We're just in Arizona, you kind of want that sunscreen for sure. The UV rays is very strong here. So using it, trying to find one that's, you're okay to use in the water. So you can use it before swimming, put it on. I wouldn't worry about that. But I think not having the sunscreen could be detrimental here in Arizona particularly. Yeah. So using that. But getting out and getting some sunshine, has its own proven benefits for sure. So don't try to stay indoors too much.
Yeah. I was going to ask you this because we talked a little bit about your microbiome. We were talking to a doctor not too long ago about foods that you can eat that will, do what are they called now? Probiotics.
Yep.
And that kind of stuff. Is there anything you can do to nurture your microbiome to increase its quote unquote activity or help it boost back up?
Yeah, I think some new products are coming on the market that do claim that they have prebiotics or postbiotics in them, skin products, and those can be really beneficial.
Yeah. I'm not the only one sneezing. I know. Sorry.
But those could be beneficial. So really looking for that. But really, people think that you're, dry brushing or you're really detoxing the skin, and that's why they're using all these products. But really, that's not detoxifying the skin. Really, detoxifying is your big organs, right? Like your detox organs are your liver, your gut, right? Your lungs, your kidneys. Eating what you're putting inside your body, that's really important in
I
detoxing.
dry brush. It's bad.
So no, you can dry brush. It's a good like skin routine. Don't overdo it, right? Not maybe every day. A few times a week is fine. But it's not really detoxifying.
It's not doing
if
anything.
you think it's detoxifying, yeah.
And more than anything, it just feels good.
Yeah.
Gets all the dry skin off.
Yeah.
I found a couple of statistics.
Yeah.
How much does the average person spend on hygiene products a month? That's $72 a month on personal grooming. When you buy things like soap, shampoo, at the grocery store might be a little bit cheaper. That's a lot, I think, 72.
Yeah. You know, I think it's the liquid soaps too with the pumps. Sometimes we're using more than we really need, and actually it's costing us more. So having a soap bar, honestly, if you can keep it clean and, you know, not share it between people in the household, but if you can keep it clean, really, it's probably going to actually save you money in the long run. Because
they're cheaper
pumps,
too than the liquid soap.
How many people do not have a skincare routine? So it says 50% of Americans say they have a very or somewhat consistent skincare routine. 20% say their routine is very consistent. Women, 60% more likely than men, 39 to say they have consistent. 18% of women, 36% of men do not have a skincare routine at all. I think mine depends on how tired I am. If I'm doing okay in the evening, I'll go through the 15 different steps. If I'm tired, it's like face cream.
Yeah.
That's it.
I can say I'm the same. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And women probably have more skincare routines, of course, than men. I can say my husband, yeah, not so much.
The bar soap and a couple drops of lotion, you're good to go.
Yeah. I don't even know if he loses lotion. I should really ask him. Yeah.
Not body. I'm always yelling at my husband. I'm like, work on that neck. Work on that
you don't want
neck.
that turkey gobbler. That's
come on,
for sure,
buddy.
right?
Come on.
Jenna, real quick. Someone is asking, is sweating a natural detox for the skin? Jen's Wall is asking that.
Yes. Yeah. Sweating is a detox for the skin. So that's why saunas are really beneficial to get that sweat and toxins out.
Hot yoga.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Using saunas have been shown actually in studies to actually decrease your risk of cardiovascular disease.
I just read about that again this
chronic
morning.
illnesses. Yeah.
Like immensely. Yeah.
So
someone says they use a washcloth. I don't use a washcloth, just my hands.
Yeah, just
Can
making
you get
sure.
germs in there?
Yeah, washcloths, loofahs, right? Those scrubbers, exfoliating gloves, they can really harbor some deadly microbes sometimes and bacteria. So really keeping them clean, make sure they dry out, you know, after each use. And you can sometimes put those exfoliating gloves in the laundry and then switching them out every 4 to 6 weeks. So don't keep using them for 6 months and plus and over a year. Yeah, and years.
Wash your washcloth. 30 seconds left. 10. How do people find you?
Yeah, you could go to Banner Health and search my name, Jenna Sarr. We'd be glad to take care of you and have you as a patient.
Well, thank you so much for coming in. She's your lady.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for coming in. Have a great rest of your Monday. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.
Thanks for having me.